attorney Ben Schwartz. This is video numero trace in our series of videos on bicycle accident personal injury cases. And today I'm going to talk about one of the most common types of bicycle versus car accidents that we see. So imagine that you're driving your car, you parallel park on the side of the street, and traffic is passing you by. You wait until you think the traffic has passed, and you go to open your door, and you open it all the way so that you can get out of your car, and as you open the door, a bicycle hits the door, and the driver goes flying. That is a very common type of cycling-related personal injury case. And so that if that's you, if you're the person that opened the door and you caused that cyclist to run into the car, you should expect that that cyclist may have some very significant injuries because they just got thrown off their bike. They just went from 25 miles an hour to 0 miles an hour and landed in the roadway. You should expect that you're going to go through a process where that cyclist may very well hire an attorney and make a personal injury claim. And so what I want to talk about today is how do you avoid that type of accident. First off, I want everyone to be aware that that is a type of accident, and it's very common because I don't think it's something that people even realize exists. So I want you to be aware of it, but I also want to talk about how do you avoid it. If you're the cyclist, I'll tell you how you avoid it. As you're riding, what you do is you control the lane. As a cyclist, you're riding down the road, you may be in traffic with motor vehicles, you have the right to share the road. You have as much right to take the lane as any vehicle driving in that lane because your bicycle is a vehicle. And so if you're driving down a line of parallel parked cars, you want to be very careful to be looking into the cars through the back window to see if you see heads. If you see a head in the driver's seat, that's a good indication that there's someone in that car that might open the door. You want to be looking down the side of the cars for consistency, because if you see the door start to crack open, then you know that door may come open in front of you. If you are on guard as a cyclist and you have a plan to bail over to get into the lane and take control of the lane, I think that's fine. If you take control of the lane early, even though you don't perceive any threat or risk, I think that's fine as well. It's perfectly legal as a cyclist going the same speed of traffic through town, going 20 or 25 miles an hour through town, to take control of the lane, even though you may find that motorists disagree with it. If you're a motorist and you're parallel parked on the side of the road, after the last car that's driving in the lane passes, before you open, what you might want to do is, instead of opening the door with your left hand and pushing the door out with your left forearm, what you might want to do is take your right hand to open the door, turn and physically look back. Don't just rely on the mirror. Physically look back up the road and make sure that there are no bicycles coming, and then open your door slowly rather than throwing it open. That simple action as a driver, that simple action as a motorist may save the life of a cyclist. It may save you unending heartache and pain resulting from having to go through a personal injury case as a defendant. And it is the right thing to do if you're a motorist, because really, morally, we have the obligation all to look after one another. I'm attorney Ben Schwartz. Hope you enjoyed the video. Keep watching. We'll have some more videos coming after this one as relates to bicycle-related personal injury cases. If you have questions for me, send me an email, ben.schwartz@schwartzandschwartz.com.